I have played quite a lot of Shapez 2 in the early access, but there were some things that really bothered me about it. The most annoying of which was the fact that every now and then I would have to just completely destroy my entire factory as I didn't need to make a certain shape anymore. And it seems like the developers were aware of it because with the 1.0 update they have completely revamped the game to a point where the core gameplay loop is undeniably and infinitely more enjoyable. So let's get into it, starting with my favorite changes. And the first one is obviously the fact that all machines and belts now scale up in speed with a single upgrade. This means that you don't have to constantly upgrade your factory to match the new ratios. The reason I like this is because this brings Shapez 2 a lot closer to games like Factorio and Satisfactory. This also makes it possible for you to create forever blueprints. More on that later. As soon as the developers gave me access, I dived directly into the classic mode. Yeah, I'm crazy, I didn't go into manufacturing mode right away. The classic mode of Shapez 2 has received plenty of changes. There are like 5 new milestones I believe, and there's plenty of buildables and new shapes as well. So yeah, if you have yourself a make anything machine, then you're going to need some retrofitting right now. Something else that I enjoyed was the fact that milestones were completely reworked as well. We just dive straight into the colored shapes now. And it seems like we unlock tools a lot faster than we used to. And there's one more change that means a lot for my playstyle because I like to build a lot of stuff in the space view. And this change is the fact that shape preview just works a lot better now. I've been able to build entire factories from space without ever needing to zoom in. And we needed this feature now more than ever because of the new manufacturing mode, you see. So let's talk about the manufacturing mode a little bit, and I'm just gonna stick to the stuff that I got to in a couple of hours, so you don't get spoiled much. And I basically want you to think right now about what makes Factorio and Satisfactory so fun. There are 3 things in my mind. Number 1, the fact that you can build semi-permanent factories where you do have to visit them again in the future, but you never really tear them completely down. Or well, you do, but it's never because, they become useless, it's because you need to improve them, which was the problem with Shapez 2 previously. The second reason is the fact that both Factorio and Satisfactory and pretty much every factory game that is designed well, they force you to go back and scale up your past production lines because it's not enough to make a product that's, further down the line. What I'm trying to say is the fact that the gameplay loop always has a bottleneck which you can improve, and the bottleneck isn't really that difficult to find. You just find whichever belt is empty and, double the production of that one. And just repeat the cycle 100 times until you've basically spent hundreds of hours in the same factory without even knowing where all your time went. This is basically what the manufacturing mode is, and I have been enjoying it a lot, okay? And yes, I am going to be doing a playthrough of that. So we've talked about classic mode, we've talked about manufacturing mode, but there is one change that I also want to talk about, and that is trains. Trains have spacers now, so you basically use a train to deliver multiple kinds of cargoes at the same time. So you pick them up at a single location and deliver it to multiple stations. Now, this was already possible by just not taking the output anywhere, but this is just a clean implementation of something that everyone was doing anyway. And I love this so much. And the fact that this is just absolutely necessary for manufacturing mode as well. Because it hadn't even been a couple hours since I started my playthrough, and I already wanted to use this. Actually, I'm gonna implement that right at the end of this video, but right now I want to talk about blueprints, because blueprint, holy moly, and permanent blueprints, no longer do you have to wait until you have unlocked the final speed of everything in order to make permanent blueprints, okay? You can start making your blueprints as soon as you unlock a machine. Honestly speaking, I just completely skipped the upgrades until I was able to, afford all of them in one go. Because it was never worth it to do that. You would have to go back and upgrade your factories all over again whenever you unlock something else. So this is just purely a quality of life thing because I'm pretty sure most people used to skip upgrades in a similar fashion until they could afford all of them in one go. Fortunately, the universal upgrades don't actually apply to your trains, so that is still something you have to upgrade separately, but honestly that just makes it more fun. Because you can choose to have lots of slow trains, or a few really fast trains. Okay, back to the blueprints. So whenever you're designing the blueprints and you get the ratios perfect the first time around, you never have to come back to it. It's just done. The only time when you're gonna need to come back to it is if you need to add another floor to it or something, or if you want to make some minor adjustments. And this is also where I want to request a feature. Currently, I'm unable to copy and paste a blueprint's name in the game for some reason. So if that gets fixed, I would be really happy. Because oftentimes I just want to replace an older blueprint, okay? Let us now take a look at the manufacturing mode and basically what it has to offer. Your vortex does not exist anymore, so your objective is to actually rebuild it. But to rebuild it, you need to trade. And trading works in a fun way. You have to process and get a shape ready, and you feed it to your traders. The traders in exchange are going to output another shape, which is usually the color of the trader itself. Oh, and by the way, this is not red. Wait, can I color it red? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to, but what's the harm in trying? Yep, the exotic shapes cannot be colored. Okay, that was worth checking. Anyway, let's go back to it. So, think of these trading platforms as like assemblers in Factorio, basically. They make something, and then you need to feed that to the next platform, and this continues onward, and it never actually stops. Yeah, this is basically where I got to right now, okay? But you don't only need to feed them this, output. That the game would be really simple if it was that way. We actually need to feed some other complex stuff as well, and there are, some puzzles in the way you feed stuff, because if it wants something in 2 inputs, then you have to provide it in 2 inputs. Otherwise, it clogs up. So my problem right now is the fact that we don't have enough of this green thingy-majiggy over here. But you see, in order to make more of the green thing, I need to make more of the blue thing, and in order to make more of the blue thing, I need to make more of the red thing, and yeah, that is basically where the loop comes in, and that is why I love Factorio, and that is also why I love this mode. Now, I promised that I would use train spacers at the end of this video, so let's do that. Firstly, we need to actually unlock it, which is gonna be this thing. Easy peasy. Secondly, I need to find the train that was gonna deliver this stuff, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's the blue stuff, right? Oh yeah, there's a train over here. So what I want to do is use 2 of these stations over here to get this blue stuff, and that also means I don't have to send this blue stuff all the way over here. So let's just select that and delete that. Let's bring this blue stuff back here though, because this is where we need to place that station. So what we need is obviously going to be a stop, right? However, the train already has other cargoes over here. So I'm going to place 4 of these. I unlocked the wrong thing. Spacer stations is what I need. My bad. Yeah, so I need to place 4 of these over here. And then we're gonna place 2 of the loaders, okay? Just like that. And now what's going to happen? Oh, I already made the stations over there for the blue thing. Yeah, I am so dumb right now. Yeah, so that means we only need 2 spacers over here, and this should basically be it. Except the trains are too small, okay? These trains are way too small. Alright, so I just added 2 more wagons to these trains, and now what's going to happen is that these trains are gonna stop over here whenever there's actually stuff to pick up, which there isn't right now because I kind of destroyed it all. And they're also going to stop over here to pick up this blue stuff. Well, they should. We're gonna find out. There we go. They did. Lovely. They're gonna bring the blue stuff over here, unload it back there, and it's just gonna go where it was supposed to go in the first place. Whenever I add more stations, I need to make the trains bigger as well. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, so there you have it. That was manufacturing mode, and yeah, in just 2.5 hours, I was, able to build 25,000 machines, which is a low number. Oh, wait, there's stuff back here as well. Oh, there's stuff all the way over there as well. Okay, never mind. I just do not remember anything over here, apparently. Yeah, your boy was really sleep deprived, okay, when he was working on this. Next up is gonna be a video about all the blueprints that you should 100% make and keep in your blueprint library over here. Smash that subscribe button and, join me for the manufacturing run playthrough thingy-majiggy. Because holy crap, is there like a lot of stuff that I want to touch. Yeah, that's a nice word. Touch. Bye.